If your pointer is as long as your middle, you're a psychopath.
I thought that only creeped you out on toes.
All the above. Like if that's if your second toe is longer than your big toe.
Okay.
Just cover yourself in oil and emulate yourself. Emulate?
Emulsion?
Emulate. Set yourself on fire. Hi, J.K. Calloway here at Real J.K. Calloway.
Hi.
She's nameless. A girl has no name.
Yes.
Good with a needle, though.
It's a crochet hook, but okay. Not underage.
She killed my little finger. Oh! Improv! Anyway, I'm going to make a react to another WhatCulture video, being that WhatCulture is soon to be dead. So we'll just watch a bunch of Adam's good stuff. I'm going to let you get a little creeped out by, just do that right next to the mic. Excellent.
Sorry.
Excellent timing.
Sorry.
God. So I'll make her watch 10 things that we want you to forget about Vince McMahon because, you know, it excites the shit out of her. Alright, here we go.
Vince McMahon is one of the strangest creatures in the universe. He's stranger than this squid with human teeth. He's the owner of a huge global corporation, a multi-millionaire, an industry leader, and has spent much of his 50s and 60s covered in blood, poo, and baby oil. Also, he looks like the love child of Tommy Lee Jones and every sex pest in the world. Look at him. You know he's got some pretty huge regrets. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are the top 10 things WWE want you to forget about Vince McMahon. Number 10, the 90 tore both quads. The Royal Rumble 2005 had a bad botch at the end of the match, which led to Batista and John Cena being eliminated at the exact same time. Seriously, that was not supposed to happen, but look how perfectly they land. Anyway, confusion reigned for a few minutes until Vince McMahon, who looked, let's say, a tiny bit miffed, stormed to the ring and threw himself under the bottom rope. He tries to get up, but decides against it, sitting on the ring canvas barking orders like the world's angriest child on the Judy show. Turns out that while getting in the ring, he had torn not one, but two quads. Kevin Nash takes his hat off to you, sir. It's a stark reminder that Vince McMahon is older than a tortoise's dad's favourite oak tree, and something that he preferred not to remember. Number 9, he fought God and won, because Vince McMahon 3:16 says, "And you shall worship no other God but me." Vince has an estranged relationship with the Almighty. In 2003, he claimed he was chosen by God to slaughter The Undertaker, but in 2006, as a way of exploiting the well-known fact that previous pillhead Hellraiser HBK had found salvation, he distanced himself from the Lord, founded his own religion of McMahonism, and with his demon seed Shane McMahon at his side, decided to challenge Shawn Michaels to a tag match at Backlash. Shawn's partner? God. Yep, this happened. Vince talked smack in a church, messed around with holy water, and when Backlash finally came, God came to the ring, depicted as a spotlight. Then Vince told God to get jiggy with it, and he danced around the ring to "Somebody Call My Mama." I'm not making this up. Vince McMahon is beyond mad. Number 8, he said what about The Undertaker's wife? Well, this is an example of how, hey, things might not be that bad under the PG era. Remember that feud with The Undertaker I mentioned earlier? Well, in the lead up to Survivor Series 2003, Taker chose Mr. McMahon to wrestle him in a buried alive match. Vince was understandably a bit cautious about this, and in order to get out of the fight, threatened Paul Heyman. When Paulie dangerously couldn't help him, Vince lost it and said that he was going to have Undertaker's house burned down, and these are his words, his wife raped by a motorcycle gang.
His wife, she's gonna be raped by a motorcycle gang right in front of the Undertaker.
Wow, that's one of the worst things I've ever heard. The WWE want this buried deep. Number 7, the WBF. Remember the World Bodybuilding Federation? Of course you don't. Vince McMahon has always liked people who look like they're made of lots of rocks glued together. I mean, look at this picture of him in Muscle and Fitness. He's one scary granddad. In 1990, thinking that the reason that people like WWF is that they like looking at muscly men, he started the WBF, the World Bodybuilding Federation. Here is a bit from the WBF Championship 1991 recap. That's the most homoerotic thing that has ever happened. Men in tiny thongs, stretching and bending, bending and stretching, stretching and bending. It didn't do very well. Number 6, his illegitimate son. Don't give me any of that he's actually Finley's son bollocks. That's a cop-out retcon and you should be ashamed of yourself. In 2007, Vince McMahon blew up. Boom, there
Yep,
he
that was
goes.
weird.
He then came back shortly after
Really
because
weird.
of the Chris Benoit incident. The initial purpose of the fake death, however, was to reveal that Vince had an illegitimate son on the WWE roster. Now, they still wanted to go with this angle, so they tried it again later that year. Who was Vince McMahon's love child? Many stars were teased, including Triple H and all the delightful incest implications that come with that. The son was originally booked to be Mr. Kennedy and be the start of a huge push for him. However, he was implicated in a steroid scandal and got suspended, so it was revealed that Vince's bastard son was in fact Hornswoggle. They tried to get out of it months later by saying he was actually Finley's son and it was all just a trick, but no. Hornswoggle McMahon. That's what it is. Own up to it, you cowards. Number 5, the Kiss My Ass Club.
That
Vince
is
is a bad
ridiculous.
boss. He does bad things to the people who work for him. Case in point, the Kiss My Ass Club. So, right. Vince's buttocks have been kissed by the following people: William Regal, Jim Ross, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, Shane McMahon, his son, and Hornswoggle, his son. Why did people have to kiss an old man's bottom? Because wrestling is only as sane as the man writing the storylines, and as we've discovered, Vince McMahon is madder than a fridge full of dogs. It's a pretty horrible example of stupid art imitating stupid life, and the company would like you to put it behind you. But if Vince did that to the guys who work for him, that's nothing compared to the women. Number 4, he's macked it with most of the women in his company. So you're the boss of a company that exclusively hires beautiful women. What do? You order them to kiss you or let you feel their boobs on national TV. That's fine, right?
Misogyny.
That's not one of the worst examples of workplace harassment since Willy Wonka organised an Oompa Loompa key swapping party. Right? Wrong. Vince engineered it so he could kiss and share a bath with Trish Stratus and make her bark like a dog, that he could kiss Tori Wilson on her first day in the company, that he could make Stacy Keibler dance for him, that he could make out with Sable, double horrible considering that she'd sued him for sexual harassment years before, and that he could fondle Candice Michelle's boobs. What is it like being Vince McMahon's wife? Number 3, he drugged his wife. Oh, that's what it's like. For months leading up to WrestleMania X7, after asking his wife Linda for a divorce, Vince began drugging her to the point that she was reduced to a comatose state. He did this really illegal thing on live TV. He would kiss Trish Stratus in front of his drugged wife and announce that he would never forgive her for giving birth to his son Shane. Sure, it paid off at WrestleMania, but it's still really horrible and weird. Their family Christmases must be odd. Funnily enough, when Linda started running for the US Senate in 2008, all mentions of being drugged into a coma by her husband suddenly stopped. Number 2, the XFL. Screw his in-ring losses. This is one of Vince McMahon's most public defeats. In 2001, in order to capitalize on the
I
WWF's
liked it.
peak popularity
I know you
after the
did.
Attitude
kidding.
Era and get some of that sweet
Didn't really want
NFL
to.
dollar, McMahon announced the creation of the Extreme Football League, the XFL. It would air after the NFL season finished and feature extreme rules like
Not really.
an opening scramble for the ball and
Which isn't a bad idea.
a shorter play clock.
That doesn't matter.
Woo! The omens were bad from the start, as the XFL promotional blimp crashed over Oakland before the show even began.
They
It
did
folded
start
after
the
one
Spider Cam,
season
though.
following
Yes.
terrible ratings and
They
poor
still- he
attendance.
still gets
WWE
revenue from
lost
that.
between $30 and $60
Above the
million
field
dollars, and Vince himself describes it as a colossal failure. Number 1, the steroid trial. It was a trial that could have taken down the company. In 1994, McMahon was taken to court and charged with distributing steroids to his wrestlers. The superstar formerly known as Nails, you all remember him, testified that McMahon had ordered him to take steroids, and even Hulk Hogan appeared for the prosecution, although he denied that McMahon had ever given him performance-enhancing drugs. McMahon was acquitted, narrowly, but it was one of the lowest points in his life, and had things gone differently, we might all be watching WCW right now, which is a galling prospect.
Oh.
And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, you're not
You can
wrong.
even
They
follow
were
me
terrible.
on Twitter. Here, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.
So yeah. You're welcome once again.
Thanks for that. My
He's your favorite.
I don't know.
You'd get to make out with him if you worked for the company.
No.
You wouldn't get to? He'd kiss you. You're a lovely lad. I meant lass. I said lad. Her penis is glorious. Don't do it. Don't hit me. I'm Catherine Hepburn. What now? I don't know why it sounded like that out of my head, so I went with it. What are you staring at? Good impression. I don't know why the arms do this. I've been long dead now. It's a bouncy thing. Shut up.
I'm not saying a damn thing, and you tell me to shut up.
That's what I do.
I'm
Anyway,
just
what'd you
staring at you in disbelief.
Yeah, well. Anyway, what'd you think?
I already knew that Vince McMahon was cuckoo.
Yeah. But it helped you solidify that opinion.
Yes.
So
And
you're welcome.
You continue to show me that there's no such thing as misogyny in the WWE. Like,
Never has been. Not a lick.
No.
Many licks. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you.
My name is J.K. Calloway. This is Siobhan.
Callaway teacher.
Callaway teacher. She wants followers badly. She could give a shit. I'm almost at 25,000.
That's awesome.
I've almost been at 25,000 for like 3 months now.
Slow us down. You're okay.
Jerks.
It's okay.
Anyway, bye.
Bye.
As she rubs her eyes.